would like to make a statement pertaining to waste to energy. What is it all about? The Philippines produces far more trash than it can manage. With a population of over 100 million, the Philippines produces more than 21 million metric tons of trash each year. And the pandemic has made it worse due to the increased usage of face masks and other personal protective equipment, as well as single-use plastics from food deliveries and online shopping. According to the Environmental Management Bureau, EMB, it predicts that 92 million tons of trash would be produced in the country between 2022 and 2025. At kaya po tayo nandito ngayon, kung hindi po natin maiwasan ang basura, mabuti pang pakinabangan na lang natin ito. Waste to energy, or WTE, is the process by which waste materials are converted into usable heat, electricity, or fuel through a variety of processes to produce energy. The proposed WTE law aims to strengthen the government's commitment to solid waste management and volume reduction, and by supplementing the latter with other solid waste management treatment technologies, such as waste to energy. This also protects the public's health and the environment through a systematic and comprehensive ecological solid waste management program. Sa panahon ngayon na ang taas ng presyo ng langis at ang kasalukuyang krisis sa Russia, it is high time that we find alternative sources of energy. Matagal na po itong inilalaban ng ating Department of Energy. Masusi nilang pinag-aaralan at patuloy na pinag-aaralan pa rin na mas maging environmentally safe ang proseso sa pamagitan ng paggamit ng makabagong teknolohiya. Nais kong hingin ang suporta ng ating mga taga-LGUs at maging bukas sila sa panukalang ito. Ang WTE ay makakatulong upang magkaroon ng sustainable resources ang ating komunidad at mababawasan pa ang ating basura. Sabi nga ng iba, may pera sa basura. Ngayon, sa tulong po ninyo, nandito, may enerhiya na rin sa basura. Now, we move on. For our resource person present, may I call on the President of CEO Asia Pacific Renewable Energy Solutions Incorporated. Sir, would you like to make a presentation?
Good morning, Mr. Chair, Madam Senator, ladies and gents. Thank you for inviting us to be present here and to be part of the collaborative effort of the Senate and the Committee on Energy and its distinguished committees to make this WTE law possible. My name is Raffy TULFO. I'm President and CEO of Asia Pacific Renewable Energy. We are the proponents of waste to energy since 2017. And I was part and contributor with our collaborative work with DOE and DNR, together with the Congress and the Senate from the previous committee chaired by Senator Win Gatchalian. And I am we are fully supportive to invest in the Philippines and to promote the building, construction, and operation of waste to energy. But our past year of experience in the Philippines has been slowed down by the lack of a legal framework for LGUs to implement the waste to energy. And so with these initiatives that we are hoping to achieve, we hope we can come up with a solid way of implementing towards a sustainable power supply in this country. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Yubra, before we started this committee meeting a while ago, Senator Nancy Binay did mention na meron na daw ganitong panukala before, yung waste to energy, pero naharang po pagdating sa DNR because of the emission problem. Has that been solved?
Mr. Chair, as of November 2019, the DNR has issued down 2019-21, which is entitled Guidelines Governing Waste to Energy and Facilities for the Integrated Management of Municipal Solid Waste. It's regrettable that they're not here, but these guidelines, though is not a law. It's just a policy that is interpreted by different LGUs in different ways. What what I modestly think is we have the WTE law that would be the guiding factor for all LGUs to follow. That is my modest opinion on this.
Go
Mr.
ahead.
Chairman, Mr. Yubra, I think kasi yung percentage na nakasaad yan dun sa Clean Air Act na it's the DNR who would set the standard. Kaya very crucial yung role nila pagdating dito dun sa incineration. And then, parang nabanggit niyo ho kanina, yung kakulangan ng legal framework for LGUs. Can you cite an example?
Yes, Madam Senator. The emission level, let me just go back to the first point. The emission level that is recommended by DNR is 0.12%. This is in reference to the dioxin and furans. Now, there are technologies that are less than 12% emission level. And our particular technology is a Singaporean-based technology that is recognized by World Health Organization. And it is an international standard. But dito po sa DAO implementation rules, meron silang nabanggit na the dioxins and furans under Section I shall refer the shall be generated and are toxic in nature. Therefore, the number 17 toxic cogeners include 7. This is very technical word, but basically what they're saying is it should meet the 12% standard, no higher but lower.
And your technology cannot comply? Or
No, on the contrary, Madam Senator, our technology emits 0.1%.
So, in a way, okay yung nilabas ng DNR.
Okay po. But going to your second comment, LGUs are not very aware or informed on what is the general principle or guidelines. I wrote to DILG secretary, and he politely said that DILG has no mandate to tell LGUs or provinces to apply, adopt waste to energy. So everybody's confused. When it comes to investors like us, we just don't want to put our money in. We need to be sure that there are legal frameworks that also protects the interests of investors.
Mr. Chairman, maybe in
Go ahead, Your Honor.
spring po, we can invite a representative from DILG or,
Oh, we do have.
meron na ba?
I think we have the LG Attorney Gino Lavarias.
or somebody from LMP or League of Cities. Kasi parang, base ho dun sa statement nyo, parang may hesitancy yung mga LGU
That is correct.
to go into this project.
That is correct, Madam Senator. Of course, there is a political factor also. So that plays into the element of these projects that is considered very viable and, of course, helpful for our society.
Gino?
Pero may existing na ho ba tayo?
As far as I know po, wala pa.
Because parang dun sa explanatory note ni Senator Sherwin Gatchalian, parang there's 12 WTE plants.
If I may, Madam Senator, Mr. Chair, yes, we have registered WTE projects, but none of which are operational, especially those that will employ a direct combustion technology. What we have right now are WTE technologies that are employing landfill gas, yung pong from the sanitary landfill, we get the methane gas out of the landfill, and then yun po, we have 2 projects of this in Payatas and in Montalban, and then we also have a waste to energy facility operating for own use, which uses a dry anaerobic digestion technology in Naga City, Cebu. So, and then we have We have projects also that employs gasification, a combination of anaerobic and gasification, but these are ongoing projects and currently doing permitting. And yun lang pong advance in development is in Pampanga, in Mabalacat City, wherein it is nearing its financial closing. So meron na po siyang environmental technology verification result from the DOST, and also they have already signed a PSA with a local distribution utility in Pampanga. So financial closing na lang po ang inaantay, and then towards ano na po siya, construction by next year.
So what you're saying, Ms. De Guzman, meron na pala talagang WTE dito sa ating bansa. You did mention Payatas, Bulacan, Naga City, Cebu, and Pampanga. Okay? Now, Senator Nancy said meron daw sana project sa Davao na hindi natuloy. So anong naging problema sa Davao at samantalang dito po pala sa Payatas, Bulacan, Naga City, Cebu, Pampanga ay binigyan ng go signal yung pag-adapt dito sa WTE?
Mr. Chair, on the Davao Waste to Energy project, this project is under a grant from the Japanese government, wherein the half of the grant has already been approved and already released by the government of Japan. Ang kulang na lang po, sir, is the counterpart fund that should be, kumbaga, it has been, last year, there was a release of more than, I think, 700 million for the counterpart fund. Pero kulang po kasi it should have been 3.4 billion that should be coming from the GAA. So, yung pong kakulangan, ni-request po uli ng DNR for its 2023 budget.
Now, na-mention kanina ni Mr. Yubra na pumunta kayo sa DILG para humingi ng tulong para dito sa WTE na adapt ng LGUs, at sabi ng DILG, wala raw sa mandato nila na para obligahin ang mga taga-LGU para dito sa WTE. So, in this case, ba't hindi na kayo dumiretso sa mga mayors?
Mr. Chair, for the past 4 years, I've been traveling around the Philippines speaking to mayors and congressmen and governors. But then again, we come into a dead end when it comes to who is going to, what is the legal framework for it. They just don't want to endorse it without a legal framework. Wala rin sila nakita from, at that time, wala rin sila nakita from DOE, wala rin sila nakita sa DANR, but most especially, they are looking for a law, especially for those very, I would describe of public servants who are delicate, and for which sinabi ko kay Senator Gatchalian, kinakatakutan po because waste to energy can either break one's political career or make it.
Okay.
And that is a very clear indication there.
So, ano ba, katulad sa Payatas, Bulacan, Naga City, Cebu, yung pinanggit kanina ni Ms. De Guzman na pumayag na sila at umaandar na itong WTE nila. So ito man nilapitan mo, Mayor, ito yung mga ayaw, nagbibigay ng dahilan para hindi kayo makapasok.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Pero yung nabanggit po ni Ms. Ruby is not exactly the waste to energy technology. Yung process na nabanggit ni Ms. Ruby are pyrolysis, landfill gas. Yung sa waste to energy po kasi is really, using the word bluntly, it's incinerating. Incinerating, may usok po na a lot of people nagre-react. The public acceptability is also
That's why we need to talk to the DNR, and I need to get their opinion on this, their position. So do we have a representative from the DNR online? Are they present? COMSEC? DNR, EMB? Okay. DNR, EMB, are you there? Amber Hagada. Amber Hagada, are you there? Amber.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Ma'am, go ahead, ma'am. You have the floor. What's your position dito sa pinag-usapang WTE? What's the position of the DNR, EMB?
Sir, the DNR will submit its official briefer or paper on that, sir. Uh, I am connected with a different division on the environmental impact assessment, sir. Um, I think, sir, we have personnel coming or technical staff, sir, coming from the solid waste management division. We're still waiting for them, sir, to log on, or I think they will be going there to the Senate, sir.
Okay, Ms. Ruby de Guzman, you have the floor.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
If I may, Mr. Chair, on the hesitation of LGUs, we have already started. Actually, sir, last December 2, 7, and 9, we did a WTE forum in Naga City, Camarines Sur, Cebu, and Davao for us to really provide particularly the LGUs on how a WTE technology can be put up in any host LGU. So we partnered with the DNR, EMB, with DOST, PPP Center, and DBP for financing.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Ruby de Guzman. I would like to take the position of the Department of Science and Technology on this matter through Mr. Aldrich Ignacio Jurado. What is the position of DOST on this issue? Mr. Jurado, sir?
Sir, good morning, Chair, and to the Honorable Senator Binay. The DOST are still, I'm from Technology Application Promotion Institute, an attached agency of DOST. So as of this meeting, sir, we are still coordinating with the different agencies of DOST, and we will submit our position paper as soon as possible, sir. But nevertheless, DOST fully supports these bills to address the problems on excessive solid waste management and the promotion of waste to energy to lessen, if not fully eradicate, solid waste, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Jurado. Now, I would like to address this question to Attorney Filmo C. Amor. Kanina, sir, nasabi nga ni Mr. Yubra, meron pong strong resistance from some LGUs, despite the fact, sabi po ni Ms. De Guzman from DOE, na meron kayong ginagawang forum, talking to leagues of municipalities, etc., etc. So ano pong nakikita niyong ways na kapag halimbawa meron pa ring resistance, despite the fact na okay na po, namimit na po yung mga requirements, kasama na po yung nag-okay na yung DNR dahil okay na sa emission, pero despite that, ayaw pa rin ng mga taga-LGUs. Ano po yung nakikita niyong ways na para, hindi ko naman sabihin obliga, manduhan, yung bang makumbinsi man lang sila on their own without going to the DLG, kasi sabi ng DLG, wala raw sa mandate nila na obligahin itong mga LGU. So what do you propose, Attorney Amor?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. What I see as a viable solution to the LGU's hesitancy is for them to really see an exemplar LGU utilizing WTE, because the twin solutions of solid waste management and energy generation, if LGUs can see the benefits of these technologies, then they may be more willing to adopt and enter into arrangements with contiguous localities for clustering under Section 33 of the Local Government Code, or it may avail of financing from the PPP Center. The main concern, as I see it, is the environmental impact. But the DOE's position, as I understand it, is WTE may comply with environmental rules and regulations. In fact, there has been a Supreme Court decision stating that incineration is not absolutely prohibited so long as the WTE facility complies with the Department of Environment and Natural Resources applicable rules and regulations. So, without compelling LGUs to adopt WTE facilities, inviting executives, local executives from the provinces, cities, or municipalities to visit LGUs which have adopted WTE technology may open up their horizons in adopting their technology in their own locality.
Okay.
May I add, Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
with respect to providing the legal framework, our DLLO, Undersecretary Sharon S. Garin, have given us clearance to manifest to this honorable committee that while we support all of the WTE bills, we find that Senate Bill number 151, being the substituted bill 1789 during the 18th Congress, we find that this is the more comprehensive of the WTE bills. And one suggestion that if we may make is to enable the National Solid Waste Management Council to determine if a WTE strategy is feasible in a locality. We noticed that the proposed bills would penalize local government officials if they do not implement WTE strategies in their own localities when it is feasible. However, we noted that the bills do not provide guidance for the LGUs to say that a WTE strategy in our LGU is feasible. So we are suggesting to give the NSWMC the power to determine if the integration of a WTE strategy in the local solid waste management plan is feasible, taking into account the volume of WTE feedstock that can be generated in a locality or clusters thereof.
Thank you, Mr.
Chair.
Amor. I would like to get the opinion and position of NSWMC Commissioner Chris Pian. Sir,
Yeah, thank
you're
you.
being
Thank you
recognized.
very
Mr.
much.
Chris Pian Lau, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Chair. My apologies for not being there as I am currently overseas attending a conference. The bills, the proposed bills, actually has one of the provisions as establishing the framework for WTE and studying WTE application for different localities. So what we needs to be done is to make a comprehensive study as to where WTEs can be placed, feasibility of the same, and clustering of LGUs to be able to ensure that WTE projects can happen in those areas. And
Okay.
just for the body's information, there are already guidelines in the establishment of waste-to-energy facility in the form of a resolution that was developed by the Commission a few years back. And this has been translated to a department administrative order, which provides clear guidelines on how to operate a waste-to-energy facility to ensure environmental compliance, not only on emissions, but also on operating guidelines to ensure that we will have the environmental safety in check, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Lau. May I call on the DOH? Is the DOH resource person present? Is there somebody from the DOH? FOMSEC?
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr.
Good morning
Rene.
po.
Mr. Rene
I
Timbang,
am,
sir. Ano po yung inyong position reaction ito po sa aming pinag-usapang WTE proposed bills?
Good morning, sir. I am Rene Timbang, Supervising Health Program Officer of the Health Promotions Bureau, Department of Health. We are tasked to present the DOH position relative to Senate bills pertaining to waste to energy bills. The Department of Health supports the passage of Senate bills number 151, 989, and 177. The DOH recognizes the potential of waste to energy as a solution for the waste management problem in the country. However, the DOH is also cognizant to the potential harmful emission that may pose a significant health risk, provided that the strict environmental and health measures are not implemented. In a way, we in this regard, we reiterate the conduct of health impact assessment as positioned by the Universal Health Act as an endeavor that will promote advantageous and equitable social determinants of health, which is meant to complement the environmental impact assessment conducted by the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. We will be submitting an official position paper signed by our OIC Secretary Bergeri as soon as possible. Thank you for giving the DOH the opportunity to participate in this legislative policy action. Maraming salamat po at good
Mr.
morning.
Timbang, maraming salamat po. Mabuhay po kayo, sir. Andito na po yung ating mga taga-DNR EMB. We have Engineer Eric Dagum and Engineer Paul Villar. Anybody, anyone from you could answer this? Ano po yung inyong position pertaining dito po sa pinag-usapang Senate bills on WTE at pinag-usapan din po yung emission. Isa sa mga tinitingnan siguro dahilan ng mga taga-LGU na para tumutol, siguro para sa kalusugan ng kanilang mga constituents. What is the position of the EMB engineer? Anybody?
Good morning po, Senator Tulfo. Thank you po for having the DNR EMB participate in this public consultation. The position of the DNR EMB with regards to the two proposed bills po is that we have a few comments on the definition of terms. However, we will be submitting a signed position paper on this po. However, we would like to reiterate that there is a DNR MC 2002-05 po that the use of such technology is not totally prohibited. However, it must conform with the standards and guidelines set po by the Philippine Clean Air Act. So,
Okay. You did mention about conform with the standards. What are these standards that they have to conform? Those who would like to set up WTE?
yes, for the Philippine Clean Air Act po, we have the national emission standards for source-specific air pollutants for fuel burning sources po. So we also have their standards for non-burn technologies, so which some technology which may fall in that category po.
Thank you, Engineer Paul Villar. Now, I would like to call the attention of the DILG, and we have online the presence of DILG Attorney Gino Lavarias. Attorney Gino.
Good morning, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Attorney Gino, sir, what is your position on the proposed bills, Senate bills on WTE, sir?
Sir, the DILG fully supports the mandate of the legislative measure because considering that WTE can convert many of the items or non-recyclable waste into usable forms of energy, it is likewise essential to take into consideration that WTE can occur through a number of processes, such as incineration, which has its own drawbacks. So, we may study the bill first so we can protect our citizens from the drawbacks of such incineration, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Go
May I
ahead.
add, sir? Sir, with regard to the mandate of the DILG, it is true that the DILG cannot oblige the LGU to to practice to practice WTE, waste to energy processes, because it is the mandate of the LGU to protect its own its own constituents in some harmful effects that it may pose.
All right. Attorney,
Thank you very much.
narinig niyo siguro kanina na maging yung DOH ay ini-endorse na rin po itong WTE. So,
Apo, sir.
nakita ko po at naintindihan ko po ang inyo pong pagkakaroon ng reservation tungkol dito. Although marami na pong sumasang-ayon, in fact, meron mga ibang lugar na ina-adapt na to. Ang tanong lang po, sa part po ng DILG, paano niyo po ma-encourage yung mga taga-LGU? I'm not saying manduhan nyo kasi wala naman kayong mandato sa batas tungkol dyan. Ano po yung nakikita nyo ways na para ma-encourage nyo itong mga LGU na i-adapt ito dahil environmentally safe naman ayon sa DOH, and then yung DOST nagsalita na rin. So ano po sa tingin nyo ang pwede nyo magawa para kapag halimbawa na clear na po sa iba't ibang agency nating pamalaan na okay pala itong WTE. So how would you encourage these people from the LGUs?
Sir, we will encourage them by providing some materials from the DNR that these facilities or processes is safe to the environment. And as long as it will comply with the standards set by the DNR, as likewise they said earlier.
Okay. Thank you, DILG. Attorney Gino Lavarias. Sir, maraming salamat po.
Napanood niyo ba ang buong balitang ito? At nais niyo bang makapanood ng bagong balita araw-araw tungkol sa nangyayari sa ating bansa? Ang gawin mo lang, pindutin ang subscribe red button sa baba at huwag mo rin kalimutang pindutin ang bell icon, pati na rin ang nakasulat na all para ma-update ka sa aming mga bagong videos. Maraming salamat ka-abangers!